Hi guys, it's your boy Trace by Babs, ICE Mafia. So in today's video, we're talking about the 1 hour and 15 minutes combo for re-entry. We've been talking about our good buys for the past few weeks, how good might continue its bullish momentum. And we've talked about where we've entered from, we've seen our entry, and we started from the weekly time frame when we said a break above I 4,300 was an intention that the market want to keep going up on good. A break above 4,300 to 5,400 was an intention that the market still wants to go above. Let's forget this whole price action movement. Let's focus on this one. Was an intention that the market wants to keep going up. And we said this down crash, this movement, we called it a blizzard. And we said it was just like an opportunity for more buys. So this down crash, we said it was a correction, which is an opportunity action that is happening now, might be our execution phase, which we already take our entry from. So remember, it's a three-phase process: I, C, and A. We said so intention, correction, and execution. We already have that on the weekly time frame, but we can't take our entry on the weekly time frame. So we went about to look at the 4 hour time frame. On the daily time frame, we saw that higher highs and higher lows were still much respected. The daily time frame just gave us an insight that okay, structures has not really changed yet. Like on the higher time frame, we are still having higher highs and higher lows still much respected. Higher highs and higher lows still much respected on this daily time frame. So if you want to understand this, watch the previous video on the YouTube. We already talked about this. I'm just like trying to do a recap of what we have been talking about. So, said higher highs and higher lows are still much created, which indicates that okay, the market is still bullish longer time. That we just had that down movement, that whole crash was just an opportunity for more buys. And we said this was a correction. This whole move down here was a correction. So don't try to overcomplicate things. Just a break above this high, an intention. This is a corrective move and an execution. And we said an execution starts when the corrective move begin to reverse. And the execution starts when the corrective move begin to reverse because just see the corrective move as a look at the corrective move look at the corrective move as a as an opposite move designed to trap FOMO traders. We say the corrective move is an opposite move designed to trap FOMO traders, and it's only the move that is not in sync in the ICE model. It's only the move that is not in sync in the ICE model. For instance, the intention here for gold is bullish, the correction is bearish, and the execution is bullish. So the execution move should always be in sync with the intention move to know that you're on the right spot. The execution move should always be in sync with the intention move. The correction is just a move like opposite to the intention move, but preparing the execution stage to happen. So the phase one is usually an intention, the phase two is usually a correction, while the execution is the phase three, which is a move similar to the intention move. So the moment we said the corrective move was over, we said for this corrective move to be over, we have to have a break above a lower highs. And we use this lower highs, we use this one, we say immediately the market break this lower high, it gives us another intention. This Immediately the market broke above this lower high, it gives us an intention that the market want to keep going up. Then this is where we say, okay, yes, there have been a lot of buyers, a break of a lower high. So for you to know when a correction end, a correction is literally a beginning of an IC in a lower time frame. Like for instance, an IC to start to form on a 4 hour time frame. Take it like that. If you are seeing a correction on the 4 hour time frame, you have to see a new IC forming on the 1 hour time frame. So this whole correction that has been forming, for us to know that it has end, and an IC must be happening. So this is an intention, a break above this lower high. Then we had our correction. So I used this correction as a first take profit. So I just want to be explaining how I saw this entry. How I saw this entry, still using the same model, IC, intention, correction, and execution. So the moment the market broke above this high, I said a correction on a 4 hour time frame is a correction ending or coming to an end on the 4 hour time frame is a new wave of ICE. So when I knew that there was a break above this lower highs, which was this point on the 4 hour time frame, this was a lower high on the 4 hour time frame. So we had a break above here, a break above here shows that the correction is ending. Shows correction shows that the correction is ending. Shows that the correction is ending. So a break above here shows that the correction is ending. So this is my new ICE. So I have a break above here should be an I. A break above here should be an I. This is an intention. Then I need to have a correction. And this was my whole correction. I said this. A correction is usually an opposite move to the intention move. So this is an intention. A correction should be a downward movement. So I need to know that okay, my entry should come here because a break above this lower high is an intention. My entry should come above. My entry should come above this point. My entry should be point. It should not be. So my entry can come here. My entry should always be around this intention level. But I know that where I get stopped at is where if the market where I will no longer be interested in this buys is if the market goes below here. So the execution can still come here. It can still come here before you start buying, but it shouldn't go below this point because it is this higher low that created this new higher high. So it shouldn't go below this point. So I know my entry should be right above this intention level. So a break above here shows that the correction is ending. So this is my intention. And I know this I have the correction here. So the moment I knew I had this correction here, so put it back to what I said earlier. A correction ends in a downward movement. If the correction is bearish, it ends when there's a break above a lower high. This was a break above a lower high. This is a lower high. So market fails to create any lower low. So this was a lower high. This point was a lower high. You have high, lower highs, lower low, lower high, equal low. Shows that the correction is ending on the 1 hour time frame. What then I need to do? A break above a lower high. The next thing I need to find is an higher low. So immediately the market created this higher low last week Thursday. Market created this higher low last week Thursday. I entered on this higher low. I entered on the break above this higher low, and there was holiday Easter on Friday, so the market didn't move on Friday. So the market opened on Monday, London session, just had this dump, then the market entered to correct itself again back to the bullish momentum. So the reason there was a drop here, the reason you see the drop here, the reason there was a drop here, this whole downward movement is because that was not the market session. When the market got to London session and New York, it started to correct itself to its real pattern, which is the good momentum. Start to correct itself. So that's just it. A break above the lower high indicates that okay, this correction, this 4 hour correction, this whole movement that has been happening is about to end. So we had a break above this lower highs. Don't take it, don't try to simplify things. It's not hard, it's easy. A break above this lower high indicates intent to tell us that okay, the correction is ending on the 4 hour time frame. So what do I need to have? I cannot enter here. If I enter here, if I enter here, I'll have a wide stop loss and I can even get stopped out because this is FOMO traders. This is what FOMO traders do. I'm not a FOMO trader, I'm an IC trader. And the main objective of IC is to eliminate FOMO. So immediately I saw the intention that the market break above here, I needed to wait for a corrective move, which is an opposite move. It might not happen every time, but just wire your brain to always look for ICE. Wire your brain not to take FOMO trades. Strengthen your psychology not to take FOMO trades. It might not happen every time. In 10 trades, it can happen in 5, it can happen in 6. But we have higher chances of winning than just taking random FOMO trades. So the moment the market created the intention, always wait for a correction and wait for a correction to end, break above a lower high and an higher low being formed. And I entered around there. Then my stop loss was below. Always note stop loss should be at the point where your trade gets invalidated. I know before this higher low that I entered from because of this higher low. Where was the previous higher low? It was here. So my stop loss was below this point. So if I had tightened my stop loss and put it here, like most traders will do, I'll have get stopped out on a quick trade. So my stop loss was pretty much below this higher low, this one that was formed. So the next entry was here. I'll just explain this one. This one too is something similar with ICE. The first trade stood ICE. A break above here, the market break above this. So the market break above this eye, smash this eye, break above this eye, also broke above this eye, which indicate that this point is a new eye. This point is a new eye. So we have had our intention. So we intend that this point is a new eye. So we have had our intention, a break above this eye is an intention that the market is going up. We have to have a correction because for every intention, there must always be a correction to produce an execution. Just know that the major, let me write this down for you. Intention is to create, I've been saying this, is to create, intention is to create a new high in a bullish market. While correction is to create an higher low. While execution is to create an higher high and higher high or equal high, anyhow the case may be. So I had this intention above this level that the market is going up. This is a new high. The market created a new high. The next thing after every new high, I know there must be a correction to produce an higher low. So I waited for the correction to end here. Again, this is a 1 hour/15 minutes combo. So just know 1 hour. So is for higher time frame. You know your intention should come from higher time frame, but because this is the 1 hour is also an higher time frame, but this should be used for short term swing. Short term swing. While the 15 minutes should be for entry. So this is for direction. This is for direction. This is basically for marking out your intention. Why the 15 minutes is for entry. So immediately I saw this intention on the 1 hour that the market was going up, I knew that there must be a correction. So I went to track my correction on the 15-minute time frame. So the market was giving us lower highs, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Again, when did I say a correction end? A correction end in a bearish, if it's a bearish correction, the market feels to create any lower low. So this was seen as a bearish correction and a break above a lower high. So the moment the market break above this lower high, the moment the market break above this lower high, I knew it was my time to enter. So I pretty much entered around there. This was my entry. And again, always put your stop loss where an invalidation should occur. So this was the last higher low. So my stop loss is below here. So that's it. Intention, correction, and execution is not hard, it's simple. It's not hard, it's simple. So you want to get daily analysis where I send students what's happening, my thoughts on XAUSD, what's happening in the market, what I intend the market to do on a weekly basis or on a monthly basis. You have the opportunity to join my Telegram channel. You have the opportunity to join my Telegram channel. So you can join my Telegram channel. You have the opportunity to join my Telegram channel. I have 28 subscribers. Let me just show you guys. So I have 29 subscribers on my Telegram channel. So just search for Babs Babs Thoughts. You see my Telegram channel, 28 subscribers. I'm still building 28 subscribers. Also, you see it on my YouTube description, my Telegram link. Just click on that link. If you don't want to search, click on that link. Then it will take you to my Telegram channel. So that's just it. Intention, correction, and execution. Intention, correction, and execution. And you're good to go.